Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. In today's video, after Fleur episode in the DBAV office, I'm happy to be joining Madame Raissa Marteau, General Consul from the Dutch Consulate here in Ho Chi Minh City to discuss about the ties and partnerships between Vietnam and the Netherlands. Raissa, it's a pleasure to have you today. It's an honor to be here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure having you over.
So this video is made through the initiatives of the Kingdom of the Netherlands, as well as DBAV, that is hosting and promoting for the second time the R2E program. This is a capacity building initiatives that help and support Vietnamese businesses to export to the Netherlands market. As a first question, probably why do we see such strong ties and dynamics between Vietnam and the Netherlands?
Well, that's simple. The Netherlands is Vietnam's largest EU trading partner and investor. We have over 460 active projects at the moment here in Vietnam. If we look at Rotterdam, for example, it serves as Vietnam's gateway to Europe, whereas Ho Chi Minh City serves as our entry point for Southeast Asia. Vietnam is in of itself a powerhouse, though. They are a key manufacturer, sourcing, and innovation hub in Southeast Asia. But our relationship goes far beyond just trade and investment. I would say it is a true partnership because we have common challenges which we tackle together. For example, looking at sustainability and climate adaptation, water management, agriculture and food, logistics, energy, and innovation. At the basis, it has a strong foundation and a long history of genuine trust because we have over 400 years of people to people contact and we have over 50 years of diplomatic relations.
Thanks, Reza. It's great to get this understanding and understand why actually there is a strong ties between Vietnam and the Netherlands. I've read that, hundreds of years ago, there were traders coming here in this part of the world to trade commodities, silk, to also trade minerals. So
True.
it's good to see that it has evolved to a more comprehensive and strategic partnership between the two nations,
Indeed.
elevating each other's strengths and then working hands to hands. This is again the second time we have this initiative called the R2E program, so ready to export to support local businesses, SMEs mostly, to bring them to the European market. Can you share with us a bit more about what's behind and what has been the good success from the previous edition?
If we look at phase one of the Ready to Export program, it was the real foundation that was laid. So we had over 3,700 people that were trained in phase one across 300 plus companies. And of those, at least 1/3 exported successfully. I think the most famous success stories, you might have heard of the name, are Vina Samex, Real Bean Coffee, Palmina, and Anto Tea. That success is exactly why the program continues into 2026 and 2027. It is proven, it is not experimental. This new phase, though, of Ready to Export offers much more in-depth support. So now we will be focusing on 90 selected SMEs, of which 60 will be mentored and 45 will be helped in building real export plans. So for all of you new joiners here that are stepping into this program, you will be stepping into an established network and a program that already works.
Thanks, Reza, for sharing. It's true that Vietnam, there is a strong momentum into getting more and more companies that are having capabilities and capacities to export. And sometimes you need to have local initiatives and then local partners to support bringing this awareness sometimes from a European perspective. Not everyone is really aware of what Vietnam can provide. People would think about coffee, would think about rice, tea, but there is more and more integrated value chain.
Yes.
And I have seen that for the second edition, you will actually have agricultural garments, but as well as machinery, so also to support all the sectors that are all related to supporting industries for steel, machinery, components, etc. So I think it's a great move that is done this year to also brings more interest to also those players that are not only working on the agricultural point of view, but also on a higher type of value products, which Vietnam now is more ready. And what has been the role of the general consul into bringing this awareness and bridging that gaps that sometimes happen?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned it because we were looking at how to add value, which is exactly why the scope of the program was widened. If you look at the role of the Consulate General, the Kingdom of the Netherlands, first of all, finances the Ready to Export initiative. And us here at the Consulate General, we support Ready to Export on the ground across Vietnam. So what does that mean? It means we help identify potential SMEs, we connect them to the program, we bring in Dutch expertise and businesses, but we don't do that alone. So we work hand in hand with DBAV and the strategic local partners. For us, it matters a lot because every export-ready SME strengthens the relationship between Vietnam and the Netherlands. Why? Because they are making Vietnam a more trusted and reliable trading partner.
Okay, thank you for sharing. It's good to know that it's a joint collaboration between local stakeholders here, probably supported also from the government, industrial zones, industrial players, also local associations as well, like VASI, which brings again all the machinery makers and all those components, as well as obviously DBAV joining force with the Kingdom of the Netherlands to really promote and to really to bring awareness and understanding from a European perspective, understand more about the synergies and potential opportunities into working with suppliers, also investing in the Vietnamese market. What could be something maybe that we could share to, I would say now, local companies, maybe companies that have already a certain market exposure, they have maybe some customers in Europe, or they are looking into getting more and more sales in the Netherlands, or maybe companies that are more fresh on the market, have a good product, a good idea, a good innovative solutions, but maybe lack of certain mentoring, certain training to really get them ready to export.
I would like to start off by giving them some words of encouragement. I mean, you have strong products and you have a real ambition. So please keep in mind that you do not have to navigate Europe alone. So if we look at the Ready to Export program, what does it give them? It gives training on EU standards. It gives one-on-one mentorship from Dutch and international experts. And it introduces Vietnamese SMEs to Dutch importers, distributors, and buyers. So all in all, the whole Dutch-Vietnamese network opens up for those that are part of the program, with the Netherlands as your gateway to Europe, of course, through the port of Rotterdam. So for those of you who need additional incentive, the 3 sector winners will receive investment to fund their export plans. So what I would just like to say in closing is that the Kingdom of the Netherlands is really proud to be a gateway to success for Vietnamese SMEs. And that's why we're part of the Ready to Export program.
Thanks a lot for sharing about this. Thanks
Thank
a lot
you.
for having us today. It was great to highlight and focus on this initiative, which I think makes a lot of sense and really add value to the local manufacturing base. Sometimes you see very good OEM factories. They are very good, technically speaking, capacity speaking, but sometimes they are not necessarily aware how to present themselves, how to go to trade show, how to take that step that sometimes lead them to opportunities in the West.
Indeed.
And I think right now Europe is also looking into more and more at diversification outside of China, and Vietnam makes a lot of sense in that dynamics. And I think the 3 key sectors that you have put your focus on to really support the local players here will bring a lot of good interest, and I think how to close deals and help to bring more partnerships here.
I hope so. I'm excited for the second phase, so let's see what it will bring.
Thank you very much. And then we will leave below more details about this program. So feel free to check it out if that could make sense for your own business.
Thanks
Thanks
you.
again, Marisa.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.